Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, if you're brand new, my name's Brianna. I'm going to be doing a tutorial showing you how I got this cute, colorful, sultry look. So if you want to see how I got it, just keep watching. So I did my eyebrows off camera. I'm just going to be showing you how I did my actual eyeshadow. So to prime my lids, I'm using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. This just helps the eyeshadow stick a little bit better. Makes the color pop a little bit more as well. So sometimes I rub it in with my finger, sometimes I use a brush. Today I decided to use a brush to go ahead and blend that in. So for my eyes, I'm going to be using Anastasia Beverly Hills' new Riveria palette. I'm going to first start by going into that purple color called Canes. I'm going to use my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. I believe that's a crease brush. And I'm just going to pat this onto my lid in a C shape. You definitely want to build this color up. Anastasia's eyeshadow colors are very pigmented, but I don't like to go too heavy. I like to start light and then work my way up into more pigment. So I'm switching brushes. I'm using my e.l.f.'s blending brush and I'm going into that shade Bahamas. I'm just going to use the brush to blend this pink into my crease, and I also want to blend the pink and purple together. I'm not going to blend it out as much as I probably could, just because I still want you to be able to see that purple. I want it to pop. So I'm just lightly blending them together so they do mesh a little bit more seamlessly, but not too much because, like I said, I still want that purple to pop out. Next, I'm going to use some of my glitter primer from NYX. This isn't absolutely necessary, but because I'm using a shimmer color, I feel like the primer just makes the glitter pop a little bit more. So I'm just going to place that right in the middle of my eyelid. I'm just putting shimmer just in a very small spot. And I'm just dabbing that into everywhere that I think that the shimmer should fall. Alright, so I'm going into that shimmer color called Palermo. I am going to just pop that onto my lid where I put that glitter primer at. And I really love this color. It's so pigmented and so bright. It just brings life right into this look. Now I'm just going back into that purple color called Canes, just to clean up the look and make it look a little bit more uniform. So for a little bit more pizzazz, I'm going into my Colourpop Ooh La La palette, and I'm going to place the color Tickled right on top of that shimmer color, just to give it a little bit more of a bright look. It was pretty as is. This just kind of brightens it up just a little bit more. And you know, we can't have a look without some eyeliner, so I'm just using my NYX liquid liner to draw on a really cute wing. And of course, we need some lashes. I'm going to be using the Nikki G lashes from Mink by Bink. I love these lashes. They're not too dramatic. They're not too simple. They just give the look the right amount of pop that I was looking for. And y'all know this is my favorite moisturizer. I'm using Clinique's ID Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. And I'm just placing that all over my face. It just moisturizes my skin so well. And it gives me like a glow from within. So for primer, I'm going to be using Too Faced their Hangover Primer. This is great for dewy looks because it just makes your skin look so moisturized and glowy. And that's the look I'm going for today. So I'm just placing a little bit of that all over my face, and I'm going to just dab that into my skin. For today's foundation, I'm going to be using Too Faced Do You Full Coverage Foundation in the shade Mahogany. I'm just using my Real Techniques face brush to dab that into my skin. Now on camera, the foundation looks a little bit lighter than it actually is. It is probably a little bit too light for me, but it settles into my skin over time. And you'll see after I put on the concealer and my bronzer that it really works for me. I probably could go a shade deeper, but I can get away with using this one as well. For concealer, I'm using Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. And this is also in the shade Mahogany. I really love this concealer. It's so full coverage and it's so creamy and really easy to blend out. Yeah, I can use this concealer literally every day. I just love it so much. Ignore me here. I don't know what I was talking about, but my boyfriend had me cracking up right here. I'm just going to use my beauty blender to go ahead and blend that out. So I'm just speeding this part up. It's nothing different than what I normally do. I'm just blending it out. You know, I like to blend my makeup to perfection. And now I'm just applying some powder. Sorry I didn't show you guys, but I'm using Fenty Beauty's setting powder in the shade Honey. I'm just placing that on my damp beauty blender, and I'm just putting that over all the spots that I concealed. So underneath my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, my top lip, and just underneath my bottom lip. So to set my entire face, I'm going in with my handy dandy MAC Deep Darkest Mineralizing Skin Finish Powder. I'm just going to use a big fluffy brush from Real Techniques to go ahead and just buff that onto my skin. This is so my makeup won't move throughout the day, and it also just gives me a nice color. It melts all of my makeup into each other, so I really love this product. Next, I'm going in with some of the Stalk'r bronzer from Fenty Beauty. I have literally not put this down since she released it. This is my all-time favorite bronzer now. I love it. I'm in the shade Mocha Mami, and it just brings so much warmth and chocolateness to my face. Like, I can't get enough of this stuff. And now I'm just going to use my e.l.f. blending brush to use that bronzer just to carve out my nose a little bit. I really like the dimension that this adds to my nose. And now for my favorite blush palette, we're using the Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Volume 2 palette. And I'm going to be using the shade Sola. This is like my favorite blush ever. I am going to be dabbing that onto my cheeks lightly using my Real Techniques blush brush. And the colors are really pigmented. Most of the time I put them on a little bit too heavy-handed. So you'll see that after I apply it, I'm just going to use my Real Techniques multitasking brush to go ahead and just press that down into my skin and kind of tone it down a little bit. Now for some highlight, I'm going to be using Anastasia Beverly Hills, their Peach Nectar Illuminator, just to add some glow to my face. I love to place it on my nose just so I can have that cute little button nose look. Also, I'm going to go ahead and place this on my cheeks. I like to go pretty heavy with this highlighter. It's really subtle, but it's so pretty. So I start light and I just like to go in and build that up. So I'll just let you guys watch exactly where and how I place my highlighter. And I wanted to give the look a little bit more of, I don't know, like a glamour look. So I'm using my NYX white eyeliner, and this is the one that's like a crayon, so it's so easy to just draw it onto your waterline. It's so cute and subtle. I just love it. And then I'm just adding some mascara to my bottom lashes. Any mascara will work. This is a Maybelline one, I believe. Now I'm just going to be using some lip liner. Believe it or not, this is actually an eyeliner from NYX in the shade brown, but it works just as well as a lip liner, so that's what I'm using it as today. And I'm just going to top that off with some lip gloss from NARS. This is in the shade Orgasm. I love it. It's so pink and beautiful. I'm just putting that on top of that lip liner. And for an inner corner highlight on my eyes, I'm just going back into my Colourpop palette and I'm using that color Tickled. I'm just going to place that into the inner corners of my eye. I just love the radiant effect that gives your eyes. It just makes you look so much more beautiful. I don't know. I just love it. I do this no matter what look I'm going for. I've always got to have an inner corner highlight. And now to set my face, I'm going to use the MAC Prep and Prime Fix It Plus spray. And that's just going to melt everything into each other and hydrate my face. And that is the finished look. As you can tell, I'm really feeling myself here. It did not take very long to complete this look, but it looks so polished and so beautiful. So if you like it, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and you can also leave me comments. And if you want to see how I did my hair, how I got this wash and go, there's also a link in the description, so you can go check that out as well. Thanks for watching.